Well, shit. It's like time for work. And I am ready. Where are you guys? I am ready. I got the 3 monitors. I can see Discord now. If people Discord need to talk to me. A couple of times ago I had to pull stuff off Discord. I don't have monitors yet to do this. Yes, it is time for work. I'm gonna be completely honest. I am absolutely uh fed up with I'm absolutely fed up with a lot of things going on in life, and today I'm gonna be politically in fucking correct. Um, I am really thinking back to 20 years ago when I wrote this paper. 21 years ago now. Damn, I'm old. I wrote a paper that said that the United States would not get to 2050 without seeing another civil war. And I still don't. I don't think we are. I don't think we're. I think we're gonna have another civil war in the next 32 years. Because people have nothing, man. People have absolutely nothing, and people are pissed off, and people are angry, and we're not doing ourselves any favors in this country to not make people see that they have to that they really have to appreciate what they have. And I'm gonna just start with a simple example. I actually don't even want to play any video games today, but I will. I kind of just want to jump up on my political soapbox. But I'm gonna try to play some video games while we do this. But honestly, man, I'm sitting there and I'm starting to do the taxes for the gaming company because we make quite a bit of money for a one guy operation who does this part time. And I'm thinking about it. You get your paycheck, right? You get your tax. Well, I'm gonna go back to when you got a paycheck. Each and every one of you hardworking people, you get a paycheck. If you're not American, I don't know how you do your taxes in your country. But in America, you have to pay taxes when you earn it. You have to pay Social Security. You have to pay Medicaid, Medicare. You have to pay federal tax. Most states have a state income tax. So by the time you earned your dollar, right? You earned a dollar, but you got about 60 cents left. Maybe 75 cents left, depending on where you're at. But then you have to pay taxes when you spend it, when you save it. If you own a house, you gotta you gotta pay money on that. Property taxes, they nickel and dime you to death. License plates, you gotta have, you gotta pay your license plate. They tell you have to have a driver's license in order to drive, but if you need to renew that driver's license, you have to pay for it. Um, it's absolutely unreal. The village I lived up in Chicago, not only did you have to buy a state not only did you have to buy a state sticker and a state plate, but you had to then buy a village sticker. And I remember I had a house in Chicago, but I was stationed at Scott Air Force Base. And I was like, the hell with this, man. I ain't buying a village sticker this year. I know I'm not going to have the car up there for the whole year. I'm not buying a village sticker. People had the audacity to send me a letter. Hey, you haven't paid your car registration. No, I paid my car registration to the state. And they're like, well, no, you got to get your village sticker. I said, well, I'm not going to be in the village for the next 365 days, so I'm not getting a village sticker. And they said you had to. And I said, kiss my ass. I don't have to do anything. And they're like, no, you have to get it. I said, and what are you going to do to me if I don't get it? Well, if you get pulled over, you'll get a ticket. Well, that's kind of cool, but I'm not going to have the car back there. I'm not going to have my car in your suburb ever again. I'm selling the house up there. I'm in the military. They're like, well, you still need to get the sticker. I'm like, fuck off. I ain't buying it. I never did. I'm going to be completely honest. I never did. They can get bent. And the sad part, it was like 28 bucks, but it just really pissed me off. In Michigan, you have to have insurance on the vehicle. Yeah, you have to have insurance in most states. You have to have at least liability. And I'm going to be honest. That's one of those I'm not against. Because if you drive like an asshole and you hit my car, I don't want to have to pay for the fact that you hit my car. So It's I'm not against mandatory insurance because driving isn't a right. Driving is a privilege, and a lot of people forget that, man. There are a lot of people who cross over. There are a lot of people who forget there is a difference between privileges and rights. Driving is a privilege. Affordable health care, in my personal opinion, should be a right. I'm tired of living in the greatest country on earth, and you know, more and more I try to argue with people, and I'm reminded of that scene from The Newsroom where there's absolutely no evidence that America is the greatest country anymore, and I'm like, you know, the sad part is that's true. There is absolutely nothing that says America is the greatest country in the world anymore. Like, I've just been getting more and more disenfranchised, with shit. Like, I had a conversation with people on Discord on Saturday night. I couldn't sleep. I had that insomnia thing that I do, and somebody said violent crime is down worldwide, and I was like, okay. They're like, murders are down. I said, okay, down from when? Down from when? And they're like, well, down in history. And I'm like, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I can't even remotely look at you in the face seriously. Where the fuck are you even getting this opinion? And they're like, well, the statistics say. I was like, really? The statistics say? Well, can you please show me your statistics so that I can dig into them a little bit? And the person's like, well, I don't have them in front of me. Well, I really wanted to be like, well, then shut the fuck up, because I do. And I went and got them, and they only took me like 5 minutes to pull the FBI statistics on violent crime and murder. Now, let me talk to you real quick about statistics. Figures lie and liars figure, all right? I can make statistics say anything I want, but I'm gonna just relate a couple of bits and pieces. The number of murders is down, not because the amount of crime is down. The amount of murders are down. Between 1940 and now, we're actually at the exact same murder rate. If you want to do your own research, I'll give you the 1940 to now, we have exactly the same number of murders per capita. The reason why it's not more is because, holy shit, if in the last 80 years we haven't progressed in medicine technology where we can take bullets out of people and save more people. And then you try to present it to people and they're like, no, that's not why, man. Murders are just down. No, you fucking dumbass. And then they're like, well, then how do you explain that violent crimes are down? Oh, really? You want me to explain why violent crimes are down? First of all, they're not. If you actually do your own research, you'll find, that prisons are 5 times more filled than they were in 1940. And then instantly everybody wants to jump on, well, that's the plight of the black man being incriminated for the war on drugs. Shut the fuck up, okay? Because you can actually go back and look through what people are being charged with, and you can sort prison populations by crime committed. So let me break this. You can't approve your own post. I don't see a post pending for you. Kind of funny. But people are like, well, all these black people are in jail, all these Mexicans are in jail for drug trafficking. Yes, they are, but that's not the fucking chart. That's not the statistics I pulled. Why are there less people being charged with violent crimes? Because the fucking prisons are full and they're plea bargaining down to lesser charges so that the person can, get a little justice, because a little justice is better than no justice, and we have no balls to actually oh, okay, that's why, sweetheart, you can't I'll explain that in a second. But we have people that people are so disenfranchised and ignorant. And I say ignorant not as an insult. I say ignorant as a pick up a law book and read some stuff. If you're charged with felony assault 3 and it gets knocked down 1 count for you to plea to it, it gets knocked down to a non-violent crime. So you committed a violent crime, you just didn't get charged with a violent crime. And people are trying to take all of this data and use the mainstream media, and they're going to say, well, crime is down. No, the way we report crime is down. The way we prosecute crime is down. Yes, the reason why that got, the reason why I have the word rape hard blocked on the channel, but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, what you're saying is another fact. An absolute another fact. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't understand why people want to just be spoon-fed. But the reason why some of you, not like you, I'm talking about the people who watch this later, those of you that come to check out my show, you're all usually intellectual people like Old Fat Gamer. The only way that violent crime will decrease, the answer is they only have 1 human left on the planet. He's not actually joking. Human beings are not civil creatures. Human beings are animals. We have the genetic makeup to be uncontrollable beasts. We just happen to be taught, trained, no different than you would train your 80-pound German Shepherd to not bite people. Human beings are trained to live in society. That's why it's called the state of nature. Humans want to live in a state of anarchy and chaos. They just want the niceties more. And I say this, and I want people to absolutely, positively think about what I'm saying here. When somebody really pisses you off, do you not slap them upside the head because slapping them upside the head is wrong? Or do you not slap them upside the head because you don't want to go to jail? And I'm going to venture that if you're honest to yourself, most of you are going to say, I don't slap people upside the head because I don't want to go to jail. Most of you want to slap people. You just don't do it. And the problem is people want to make all these excuses. Like we're going to be the first to admit it. I have found in the last like 5 days just talking to people, like honest to God talking to them, fuckers are stupid. Like, I'm surprised some of these people can get up in the morning, get dressed, tie their shoes, and hold any sort of like rational job. And you guys know, like, I'm gonna give you guys an example of something that really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. I like chicken McNuggets. I know I shouldn't be eating McDonald's. I should be eating healthier. I did have Subway yesterday. Bacon ranch sandwich. But, alright, fast food workers. They want to have the plight of the working person. And they want $15 an hour. Then don't forget the fucking barbecue sauce. And then when I bring this up to fast food workers, they're like, well, if I got paid more, I wouldn't make simple mistakes. Hey, how about the fuck you perform at the dollar amount you want to earn, and then I'll give it to you? Not you wait until I give it to you, and you hope, and I hope you operate at that level. Now, what do I mean by that? One of my best friends, you guys know her, Wolfus. She works in the food service industry. She is one of my closest friends. She is my best friend. And she has to have a working job. You know, I don't think a single American, if we're going to claim ourselves as the greatest country ever, which I don't believe, not anymore, you should not have to pay for medical care. There is no reason why we are paying for medical care for people in other countries, and Americans have to pay for medical care at home. That is bullshit. That is absolute bullshit, and if I wasn't labeled with all the labels I have from my military service, I would probably run for president on that single point, and I would probably fucking win. I don't think that we should be paying for medical care for people in foreign countries if we don't provide that same medical care for Americans. And I know I'm like a fucking radical. I'm like an anarchist with that level of thinking. But, you know, I'm a fortunate person. I have full medical. An emergency room visit costs me $50. Whether it's for a splinter for my daughter's toe, which I didn't even get billed for that. The hospital was really cool. Took the nurse. The nurse had hemostat tweezers, was able to get the splinter out. I couldn't get it out. I got to get hemostat. I got to get a full first aid kit. But not enough MP, not enough military police. But if they had to bill me, I have enough money in my account. I have my insurance, whatever. My family means everything to me. So if I gotta wait the emergency room, if I gotta pay an emergency room bill for a splinter, I'm gonna pay it, right? But I don't understand why we can't provide. We provide it all around the world. And for some people are going to say we're not providing medical care all around the world. Bullshit. Yes, we are. I saw an Iraqi's penis get blown into 4 pieces, and he got treated by the American military. And that penis got put back together with staples. Gentlemen, not a pleasant sight. Question then, my feeling on our territories like Puerto Rico and that whole debacle. Let me tell you what my opinion on Puerto Rico is. In or out, man. In or out. You want to be Americans? Great. Be Americans. You've been our Commonwealth. You've been our territory for so long. You want in? Come on in. Come on in. If you don't want to pay the taxes, then just tell us you don't want to pay the taxes no more, and you want to be let go. And then, like, honestly, why? What strategic value is Puerto Rico to us anymore? It's not. We don't need it. Now, with that said, I want them to say, yes, I want to be part of the United States. Come on in. Pay those taxes. Fear is the motivator of civility, and you don't have fear without aggression, be it environmental, however passive it may be. And fear of violent aggression is how power is taken from an individual or given to the most. Yeah, you know what? Old Fan Gamer is absolutely right. Fear is the greatest motivator. Why are people afraid to speak out? Oh, the government's gonna do. I don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, federal government? Show up at my house, bang on my door because my 8 viewers might get influenced by me? Shit, man, even if I had like every major streamer all raid my channel and we had 1 million people sitting in here, it still wouldn't be 1% of the population. What really should terrify the governments is that people are gonna vote. So like the whole Puerto Rico, Cuba, Havana, everything, like with the hurricanes down there, fucking Trump and his bullshit, man, if they are Americans and they have, if they're Americans, get them some goddamn fucking disaster relief, would you? Like this shit that has gone on in this country, is just wrong. It's like wrong at a face value, and people are afraid because mainstream media tells them to be afraid. I am not afraid of black people. I am not afraid of Middle Easterners. I am not afraid of Hispanics. I am not afraid of you if you are from Europe. I am not afraid of you if you're Russian, Japanese, Korean, maybe North Korean. But, you know, I'm not afraid of you if you're Chinese, if you're Australian. I'm not afraid of you. You're a human being. I'm not afraid of you. I will talk to anybody. I am not afraid to offend you. You all have been here long enough. You all have been here long enough. I'm not afraid to express my opinion, and I want to hear your opinion. I'm not afraid. Like, I've had people that have changed my mind about shit. If you guys remember my one video, I used to be a staunch whatever the fuck that was. I used to be a staunch supporter of pay to win, not pay to win. I always used pay to win. Due to a conversation with the viewer, I got into the whole pay to discussion. Pay to convenience, pay to excel, pay to, keep up. There's a lot of gradient. I used to be black and white, pay to win, not pay to win. And even cosmetics only. I do accept someone's argument for Ashes of Creation in the cosmetic cash shop being pay to look good. And I was like, I really didn't want to accept that perspective. But the person laid out their argument so well that I was like, I think this argument is complete bullshit and you're yanking my chain. But if this is legitimately your position, I have to open my eyes and I have to be willing to see it from your perspective. And the person laid out their argument beautifully, so much so I no longer call it pay to win. I call it pay to ... Like, a viewer changed my opinion on things. So it's amazing to me. It's just absolutely amazing that, you know, it's 2018 and we are still stuck in an era of, you know, people being afraid of each other. I don't get it. We're stuck in a situation where, you know, 1%. Yeah, my head is slightly tilted. It is because my headphones are slightly huge. But we are in a situation where 99% of the American population is arguing between each other, fighting over 1% of the pile of gold. Fuck that. If the 99% would all stop, look up, and be like, hey, there's a lot of money up there that could be spread around between us all, you know, life would be better. It's like I've told you, and it's starting to gnaw at me every single day that I wake up. Just the, it's just every single day I look around and I'm watching my neighbors, man, and my neighbors are holding their heads lower and they get home from work and they're just exhausted. And maybe it's been this last year and a couple of months since I've been retired, and it's like detoxing. It's detoxing from the bullshit. The lobsters in the tank mentality. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know that the threat is outside of the tank, but who do you fight? The other lobster. I have fears, man. I have fears, and people are like, what the hell's Jay doing tonight? Jay's kind of going fucking crazy. Yeah, a little bit, man. I just want to talk about shit that's bothering me. I want to see other people, if it bothers other people too. I don't want to live like not speaking my piece. I probably should be writing some op-ed pieces for the local newspaper. You know, getting involved, doing my civic duty and stuff. But you know, I want to keep doing what I do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. One lobster could get out of the tank. But the problem is, here's the problem. If you really want to make a difference in the world, you have to be willing for the difference to get made and not benefit you. And therein lies the rub. Nobody wants to work hard on the chance that somebody else gets ahead. So we spend the whole time tripping each other in the rat race. And we spend our whole time tripping each other up in the rat race, not realizing that the only person who's winning is the man who doesn't have to feed any of the rats the block of cheese because nobody gets through the maze. Like, an example, and I got my integrity called out today, which is kind of why I'm fired up, because that shit pisses me off. That is, you know, that is what turns me into Negan and turns me into the guy with the bat. Somebody said today that everybody has their price, and I'm like, no, not everybody has their price, man. Not everyone has their price. I probably did massive damage to my military career 3 or 4 times in just my officer years. As enlisted, I'm surprised I even got commissioned. I'm going to be completely honest. I had alienated people at all levels because I wouldn't bend. To me, it was right and wrong. And I always hate that, well, there's an exception to every rule. Bullshit. If there's an exception to the rule, it'd be subparagraph 1. In certain situations, If I don't see it in certain situations, it means you're asking me to break your rule. And then somebody used to give me this bullshit where they said, well, the Air Force doesn't have regulations anymore. They have instructions. Bullshit. That's just you want a reason to break the rules. But anyway, I had a lieutenant named David. He worked for me. Well, he didn't necessarily work for me. He worked in my building. It was kind of weird. I was the only logistician in the building I worked, and then there were 2 officers who were chemists, and he worked down the hall. But the problem is we were all in the same competitive category for awards. Well, I have a whole fucking pile of awards. I mean, I got fucking clocks and coin cases and candy dishes. I got fucking awards out my ass. I don't need enough. I didn't need every single award. I had enough. But I like winning them. I like winning them because it means, you know, it's driving. I say, okay, I'm going to win company grade officer of the quarter this quarter. So there's things I do to make that happen. Well, he comes to me and he's like, hey, Captain, I need a little bit of help. I've never written an award package before. And I said, all right, let's sit down. I got killed. Wasn't paying attention. I said, yeah, let's sit down. And that would have been my last one too. God damn it. I said, no problem, man. Let's work on your package. So I helped him with his package. And then he submitted it. And my commander called me. And my commander said, hey, did you help David with his package? I'm like, yes, ma'am, I did. And she's like, well, it's really well written. I could tell that you wrote it. I said, thank you, ma'am. She's like, he won. I said, that's great, ma'am. She's like, you're happy that he won? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. She says, but you submitted as well. I said, yes, ma'am, I did. I don't understand. You're happy that you lost? I'm like, ma'am, I didn't lose. I brought a colleague up with me. I didn't need the award. I wanted the award. I didn't need the award. And she's like, well, would you have helped him if you were in a quarter where you needed the award? I said, no, ma'am, I wouldn't have helped him. I'm helping him this quarter, next quarter, and the quarter after because I don't need to win the award then. I'm willing to give him 3 quarters of help. But in the quarter that I need it, in the quarter that I need to win, no, I'm not going to help him. I'm not going to hurt him. I'm not going to trip him. If he beats me, he beats me. So she was kind of like taken aback by that. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, ma'am. I am deadly serious. I am deadly serious with this. Technically, there's a price for anything given the right motivator and detractor. They're just not all your traditional lines of thinking. I will take $1 or $100 to make you do this. But I get your meeting. I bet I get you to break a personal rule given the right situation. Granted, it would probably be a Czar. No, actually, Old Fat Gamer, let me give you an example. From an early age, I've developed my own philosophy, my own line of thinking, and I'm very keyed in to the difference between force and coercion. You can't force, you can't force anybody to do anything. You can't force anybody to do anything. And what I mean by that is, if I put a gun to your head and I tell you to jump off of a building, I'm not forcing you to jump off the building. You're still choosing to jump off of that building because you're hoping that you'll survive the fall off the building, and you're pretty well certain you won't survive the gunshot wound to the head. But at the end of the day, I didn't force you to jump off the building. I coerced you, absolutely, but I didn't force you to do it. I can't ever force a specific course of events. Now, I can certainly create the outcome I want. If I want you dead at the bottom of the building, I can shoot you and chuck you off the building, but you still didn't jump. I can't make you jump. I can't force you to jump. So there are some things that there would be no way. There would be absolutely no way that I would change my perspective on some things. Now, could you buy my let me rephrase that. There is no way that you could financially, motivationally get me to just do something I don't want to do. You could sit down with an intellectual argument and get me to change my perspective. But if I tell you that my integrity is absolute, and you're like, here's $100 million if you'll just lie, wouldn't happen. Now, I know a lot of other people would say, I'd lie my ass off for $100 million. That's you, man. That's you. That's not me. And, you know, Steven Seagal in the movie On Deadly Ground, he gets called a whore, and he's like, for $400,000, I'll fuck anything once. Basically, his friend is calling him out on doing something unscrupulous, and he was paid a lot of money, and he did it. Well, the truth of the matter is that my integrity means more to me than money. Now, if you could, so if you were like, I want you to, if somebody came to me and said, I want you to endorse ArcAge, I'd be like, hell no. They're like, we'll give you $100 million. Honestly, the answer would still be hell no. Absolutely hell no. Not going to do it. Someone's like, you wouldn't endorse ArcAge for $100 million? Nope. No, I would not. I would not endorse ArcAge for $100 million. Now, you could sit down with me and say, well, what if we got Scott Hartzman to no longer be the CEO? Okay, hold on here. Now we're talking. Now we're talking about I'm not endorsing the Trion Worlds that I have a problem with. I'm talking about we're talking about making some substantial changes. I'm like, so let's go on. What else are you gonna do? Well, what if Trion came out and gave and refunded everybody $50 of all the money they'd ever spent? Hold on one second. So, if you said to me, I want you to endorse Trion, and Scott Hartzman is no longer going to work there, and Trion's going to give back in cash, they are going to go through every single financial transaction for every single player who ever played ArcAge, and we're going to give $50 back to every single person. I would say, you know what? I could get down with that. I could definitely get down with endorsing Trion. I said, I don't even need the $100 million. If you want to give it to me, that's great. But everybody knows my problems with Trion were X, Y, and Z. Oh, and I think Krolin would have to go as well. I think in order for me to endorse Trion again, Scott Hartzman would have to go, Krolin would have to go, and they'd have to give people back like X number of dollars. And see, I wouldn't want the $100 million. I would want them to spend any money they had, giving back all of the players. Like, don't buy my endorsement. Use that money to make things right with your players. Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm pissed off I can't play Rift. Rift has my absolute favorite class ever in it. But I can't play Rift because it's published by Trion. And my problem was with Trion. Because Trion was shady as shit. And so that was the end of the story, man. I cannot play another Trion game, because then I'd be supporting that bullshit. Very weird having a hat on, but I'm very bald right now. I think people have to remember, some people value their integrity over anything else. And I've seen I've seen officers that I've served with have zero integrity, and it absolutely chapped my ass. I watched my flight commander give an LOC to a sergeant who was late. And then when the sergeant left her office, I called her out on it, and I said, you realize that you just wrote somebody up for something that you do every single day? And she actually turned around and said, this is what she said to me, I don't have hours. I was like, what? She's like, I don't have hours, I have responsibilities. I'm like, Yeah, bitch, you don't have hours, you have responsibilities. That doesn't mean you get to work like 22 hours a week. Get your ass to fucking work. Get your ass to work and do something. This fucking guy is here 5/12s and you're working like 4.5 hours a day. You're working 4.5 hours a day because you're fucking incompetent. And your own people don't want to trust you with anything. And you think it's okay then to write somebody up? And it's not like the dude was like hours late. The dude was 5 minutes late. He got stuck at the gate. The back gate had an issue, and so traffic was delayed. I was like, that's just bullshit. That just makes you an asshole. On that one, I went to the commander on that one. It's like, sir, we can't be having this. We can't be having this next level bullshit. Can't be having this next level bullshit of you treating people like this. Go to the, should be here, a marker, but got one somewhere else. Yeah, there's always, I mean, there are situations where, well, I don't believe that there's ever a situation that you can't get out of and keep your integrity. I think that most of us would elect to take an action that we find unacceptable if it allowed us to accomplish something that we wanted. I'm getting my ass handed to me. Sure, pose a question. I love questions. Yes, I let them die. I'm asked to violate part of my character, and if I don't, 100 people die. I let them die. Because, and here's why. Because how do I know that a year down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 1 second down the road, I'm not faced with another situation that I can't solve now? Like, say I get faced with a question of, if you don't do X, if I don't do X, 100 people die, and I'm like, I can't do X, it violates my core being. Well, then those 100 people are gonna die. Okay, so I do X, those 100 people live, and then how do I know there's not an immediate scenario behind it that says, if you have never sacrificed your integrity, you can save 100 million people, but you just sacrificed your integrity to save 100, and now 100 million die. See, I go with the, usually when I do this challenge with people, I go with the bigger one. Would you, if for me, integrity is a huge thing of me, would I sacrifice my integrity to save my child? No, I wouldn't. And people always look at me and they're like, you wouldn't? I said, no, I wouldn't. Because how the fuck did I get myself into a situation where my child's life is on the line? And we all know that there's no winning there. There's no winning. anytime anybody puts you in a situation where you have to sacrifice a moral or your integrity in order to protect a life, there's usually a lot more lives at stake. We see this moral dilemma all the time in movies, and we always know how it turns out. See, I'm lucky though. I don't have the standard moral dilemma is you can save 1,000 people if you kill an innocent child. Do you kill the innocent child? Yes. I don't have a moral. I don't have a codified. Moral compass that says I can't take one life to save 1,000. Then someone turns that around on me and says, "Well, you can save 10,000 people if you you can save your child or 10,000 people." Fuck it. Buy 10,000 people, get 10,000 body bags. I've never said one of my core values is strangers' lives. It's how we started off the show, man. People are inherently, self-interested. I wouldn't lie to save my child's life. I don't think my child would want me to lie to save their life. The little one would be hard. The 5-year-old, that would be the hardest of them. But the rest of them, they'd be like, "Nope, I understand what Dad's doing." But see, that you ask a really good question. And most people don't think on this level ever in their life, let alone, their own moral philosophies. If you ask most people what their moral philosophy is, most people can't tell you. Oh, Miss Marrow. I miss Miss Marrow. Really do. Miss Marrow was fun. I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a mesh cap, yes, because I'm bald. Every so often I lose my shit and I just have to shave my head. And my hair was getting shaggy because the last time I got a haircut, I had a panic attack. So I wasn't able to really get in there and get my hair cut. And then this weekend I woke up and I was just like, fuck this gotta go. And so I got up, grabbed the clippers, went outside, and shaved my head. But yeah. Yeah, bald, man. 0. And then 0, make sure I got it all, jump in the shower, can of shaving cream, fresh Mach 3 razor, Mach 3 that shit. Nah, man, my bald head does not work. When I shaved it last year around Christmas time, all the videos have I have the Santa cap on. I don't pull bald off very well. I used to. If I lost all the excess weight in the face and the neck, if I didn't look like that I'd been killing it at the chicken shop, I would be okay, but no. Congratulations, you've leveled again. Because this game has XP loss on death. Fucking. Not my favorite topic, or not my favorite mechanic in games. I hate XP loss. I hate it. Oh yeah, I did get my, I got my swag. For those of you that weren't here at the last show, I got my, very, very sexy, my sexy Ashes swag. I got my Ashes hat, but I usually don't wear a ball cap. I usually do not wear a ball cap while streaming. I usually only wear a ball cap while out. And Sweet Tart recommended no more videos with the ball cap on. And I sent her a message when I cut the most recent video. I was like, "Yeah, guys, I have hey Sweet Tart, I have a ball cap on in this new video," and she just glared at me. What? I needed it. Needed to have it. But yeah, man, Final Fantasy XI was a fucking killer with the XP loss. Let me tell you. That was, you got to level 75, and then you maxed the level out. You would max the level out, and then what the fuck is this going on? Oh, held. You'd max your level out, then you'd switch to merits, and you would stay on merits until you got like real close to level 75 again, and then you would set it back to XP. Oh, the bitch of it was, a couple of times I'm out there in you know, I was like, guys, I gotta break party. Why? I gotta go back to the NPC and set my shit back to XP. They're like, why? I'm like, 'cause I'm like 5,000 XP from de-leveling, and that ain't gonna happen. Luckily, most Final Fantasy XI people understood. It actually became an on-running joke for a while when you were leveling with people at 75, leveling for merits. You would be like, all right, everyone got enough XP for a couple of deaths? But if I go to a restaurant with a no hat policy, please, I would love for there to be restaurants nice enough around where I live that they had no hat policies, because it would mean I could actually get a goddamn decent steak. There are no nice restaurants by me. And when I mean there's no nice restaurants by me, I mean there are no nice restaurants. The nicest restaurant we have, the nicest restaurant we have is a Longhorn. That is the nicest. Like, I remember de-leveling in EQ, playing a Fear, having no gear, no nothing, then having to go XP with the Conjured Weapon for an hour, plus I got level back just to get a res and get my corpse. Yeah, man, I remember that shit too. That was, I am okay. I am okay with negative XP. Because Ashes of Creation is going to have negative XP. There is no de-leveling, though. You get negative XP, so it's like you're not operating at your level, but you're still your level. I don't quite understand how they're going to do that one, but they've explained it that it's not losing XP. Like, I have been very specifically corrected by the man, the myth, and the legend, where he has said it is not losing XP, it is negative XP. I'm like, all right, boss, I got it. And so I know you're not going to get yourself into that EQ situation. Whoa, calm down, dude. Doing, but I don't think we're gonna have corpse running because you don't drop your stuff. By the way, Ashes fans, that is my new Ashes video in that is in the Twitch chat. I put my new video. Let's see. Yeah, guys, also I want to say thanks to all the continued support I get from my core group of people. My core group of people, I get lots of compliments, and I want to thank you guys for that. People are actually amazed. First of all, they're amazed that I sit at under 1,000 followers on Twitch. They're like, dude, it's becoming like a meme. Like, you go over, you go under, you go over, you go under. It's like back and forth the cha-cha slide. I'm like, I'm not worried about it. I am not worried about my Twitch follower count. And I'm gonna say this, and I say this honestly, I am only worried about my YouTube count because to start the year off, I said I wanted to get X. Next year, I'm not setting a new follower count, and people are like, "Oh, you got to do that. You gotta worry about your follower." No, I'm not going to. I don't care. I don't care if we don't get bigger. I don't care about getting numerically bigger. I care about views. I care about comments. Like the video I just linked, I am totally excited for. A lot of people make fun of me. I don't give a shit. My biggest crush, my biggest burn back to people who try to make fun of me for my content, I turn around and I'm like, oh, really? My content isn't up to your level? Let me cry and let me wipe away the tears with these hundreds out of this stack. It's the first of the month, man. I'm counting my stack. What are you doing? You're making fun of me. I feel okay with myself. The video I put out had 824 views, but it had 81 comments on it. Now, half of the comments are mine, but it still means 40 comments came in on a video. That's what I want. I want the conversation with people. I want the conversation with people because I get to turn around and I get to do shit like this because it's known that people are following what I'm doing. So I get to do stuff like, hey, Steven, @Steven, can I talk about AlphaZero now? Question mark. And back from the game developer, I get Jalon, @Jalon. Sure, you can discuss AlphaZero. No visuals. That wasn't like a planned release. That was me and my relationship with Steven being like, hey, Steven, can we talk about AlphaZero now? Because I think the time to talk about AlphaZero has come. He's like, yeah, sure. If you guys are on my Discord, you know that Doc Greenspoon popped over to our Discord this weekend. Dude spent like 5 hours game design theory crafting with the Paradox Gaming Network. Like the Paradox Gaming Network is invited to come and break their new game. Like break their shit. That's why I started Paradox. I started Paradox so that I could be like, these people are my crew. These people are going to tell you, Mr. Game Developer, they're going to tell you this works, this doesn't. This is why this works, this is why this doesn't. You're not going to get from my people, this sucks, you suck, life sucks. You're going to be like, nah, you don't. And if you do get that from a Paradox person, then they're not really a Paradox person. They got to go. We care about making the MMO industry better. And it's like I said over the weekend to my Discord. I thought it was going to take like 50,000 viewers to be taken seriously. And it really only took less than 2,900. And if we can provide a service to a game designer, I'm all about providing that service. That's what I want. That's what I want to do with my life, with my little bit of influence. And so, Doc Greenspoon and I, this is how fucking awesome Doc was. Doc was talking on my Discord after I went to bed. I actually had to sedate myself. I had to take a bunch of sleeping meds, and I had to go night-night. I needed sleep. Thank you. I needed absolutely large amounts of sleep because I hadn't slept well all week. I get on, and he has spent like 4 hours talking to my Discord, and I'm like, that's cool. I took all of his notes. And I took all of his notes. Oh, come on now. Took all of his notes, put them into a document. From that document, I said, hey, is this the sort of stuff you want to say? And he's like, let me clean that up for you. So he cleaned it up, and then I went back and I started turning it into a script. So we're talking about, there is a game developer who basically has given me exclusive access to his upcoming project. And it's not just a far off in the like Never Never Land sort of project. Guy's got, guy's got some thoughts in his head. Guy's got a lot of stuff already designed, developed. He's getting it cleaned up, and in the next month-ish, I'm gonna be hanging out, and I'm gonna be testing his game and giving him feedback and bringing it to you guys and talking concepts. And the best part about that is, in the last year, just about year that we've been talking about stuff, life, things you didn't like about ArcAge, What is going on here? Why are you being belligerent? There you go. Things that you didn't like about ArcheAge. Things you guys don't like about in general. I'm not just talking for myself when I talk to Doc. I get to be like, hey, based on my experience with gamers, they don't like this. Based on my experience, they don't like that. And then the absolute best part is people aren't afraid to talk. Like, there are a lot of people in communities that they see a streamer with, like, they see a streamer with 100,000, 150,000 subscribers, and they feel it necessary to, like, be subordinate to that person. I don't give a fuck how many subscribers you have. If you act like a clown, I'm gonna call you fucking clown shoes right to your face. Now, if you've got 160,000 subscribers or followers on YouTube, I'm gonna be a little respectful at first. If you're cool, I'm cool, we're cool, everyone's cool, we'll be Fonzies, man. We'll be Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction. But if you're gonna come off as like a douche canoe just because you have 160,000 subscribers, I'm gonna call you out on your shit. I don't care. But spend 5 hours grinding to hit level 50, goes AFK. Out of combat, random players dragging mobs, so I was attacked. Yeah, man, training. Oh yeah, the train, man. Train. He wasn't cool in the first part of the flick, man. Yeah, there's a bunch of funny stories about Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. He wasn't supposed to have that wig on. He was supposed to have a different type of wig on, but the white runner went to the wig shop, brought that back, and he's like, nah, I have to have that. Why do people like people, even people you like give them all the information. Yeah, it was Jerry curl. It was supposed to be an afro. The the hair you see in that movie, man, that's a wig. That Jerry curl, that is a wig. It was supposed to be a full puffy, like blown out afro. But when Samuel L. Jackson saw it, and he saw John Travolta's greasy, slicked back hair, he's like, "Oh hell no, we gotta use that Jerry curl." And I mean, think about it. Think about if he had a giant afro in the movie, it wouldn't look anywhere near as good. If he had a giant afro, he never would have gotten all the pieces of skull out. Yeah, that's true. It just amazes me though, man. I am totally just amazed. Uh I'm just totally amazed. Another person, I had to answer a comment. You guys know me, I answer comments right away. Uh People don't, what the fuck happened to gamers? Do you remember when gamers used to actually be intelligent and they would like research shit and like know their class and know their game? And like now it's like people are stupid. It's like I got told from that last video I did, I told people, I'm like, you just need to sit down and shut up at this point. It's like, you are entitled to your opinion. And you don't ever have to justify your opinion. Not by the rules. Not by the rules of civilized, not by the rules of civilized society. I don't know why we call it civilized society. If it's society, it's civilized. mean, I guess you could have a society in anarchy, but by the laws of, you know, civility, you don't ever have to justify your opinion. But people have this opinion, this mentality that an opinion can never be wrong. An opinion can't be wrong unless you're basing your opinion on a bunch of bullshit. And then I'd like to say your opinion is probably wrong. And an opinion can't be wrong. Well, yeah, but you're basing your opinion on a bunch of bullshit. Well, what the fuck? That's gotta stop. That's a little crazy. That rubber banding? Like, you have an opinion based on bullshit facts. Yeah, rubber banding, man. Some lagorific. If you have an opinion and you've based it on a bunch of bad facts, the moment somebody fixes your facts, fix your fucking opinion. Otherwise I'm gonna call you stupid. I'm gonna pat you in the head. I'm gonna call you pretty, and I'm gonna say, here's my corner for the pretty people. I get it. Like, I get it. There's people who have said, like, one guy asked me on my Ashes Nodes video. He's like, well, if what you're saying is true and the cultural node development is working, why didn't Intrepid show it to us? And I was like, all right, let me try to do this without getting myself in trouble for violating my NDA. I said, I'm fully in charge of the comments that I put in my videos. They said this. I chose to include it in my video. I was an Alpha Zero tester, and I know the statement to be true. I hope I didn't violate my NDA. I don't think I did, because I never said this happened. All I did was specifically take their quote, say I've tested it, and say I'm in control of my own slide deck. I put the comment in because I know it to be true. And then that was a hard position for me to be in, because I'm asking somebody to trust me. Today, the same guy came back and I explained it again, and then this time I was able to talk about it because the NDA was down, and I loved the guy's response. After I was able to say, now my NDA is off, I can talk about it, here's a couple of video clips, and I saw it firsthand. Not my video clips, I just referenced back to their own video clips. He's like, I'm going to trust you because you're an Alpha Zero tester. That's exactly the right perspective. He thought one thing, I talked to him, he didn't really move. Yeah, he kind of was in the exact same position. Talked to me a second time. I was able to provide some more information. He moved out of his original perspective. If he had said, "Well, now you've shown me video footage and you've told me about your first-hand experience, and I still don't," then it's like then nothing's gonna make you happy. And if nothing's gonna make you happy, why are we having this conversation? And I mean, I could present you all the facts in the world. If you're going to be unhappy, be unhappy. Like, this is an example of why I disliked Lineage the first time. And Lineage has a big influence on Ashes, but I really hope that they're not taking this. Like, I don't know if you guys are probably just like, Jay's killing random shit. I am. I'm killing zombies because I need zombie skins. I have killed way more than 5 zombies, but this is old school, man. It's not a 1-for-1 drop. I could be here probably for the next 2 hours grinding on zombies before I get my 5. What year was this? 2003? If my brain fixes it. And then another common Lineage thing. Mana. No mana for days. No mana at all. Lineage 2 was 2003. I remember. October 1st, 2003. So this bad boy is over 15 years old. This is actually a classic server. So this is like vanilla. I mean, the graphics are pretty good. I don't know. I honestly don't know if they did a remaster on any of the graphics. I'd almost say they would have had to have. Did I ever play Cabal? No, I don't think I have. Not a bell. I mean, you got to remember, when I was a Final Fantasy 11 player, I was a Final Fantasy 11 player, and that was it. And then for a while, I played Final Fantasy 11 and Eve. And then when I went to Eve, that was it. I played Eve. I only left Eve because I love my wife, and my wife hated it. And I love my wife so much, I left Eve to play WoW. Gross. And then we played WoW together until the first Final Fantasy 14. And then after Final Fantasy 14, we played Atlantica Online for a bit while we were waiting for Final Fantasy 14 to come out the second time. We played Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn, and then we played ArcAge. We stayed with ArcAge until she stayed with ArcAge until BDO. Played BDO, played a bunch of games. I pretty much stayed with ArcAge, jumped out for BDO, jumped out to Blade and Soul, jumped out to Revelation Online for like 2 months, 3 months, and then stayed in Eve until this year, and now I'm waiting for Ashes. It's Warlords on Twitch. Warlords needs to get a new name. He needs to be Doc. Be Doc Greenspoon. Warlords on Twitch is Doc Greenspoon, the guy that I was talking about earlier about his game and development that Paradox is going to be working with him on and giving him feedback. Dude's hella funny. He's, you know, workaholic, but yeah, should be seeing some stuff in the near future. Hopefully, the not too distant future. Press release stuff out with him, and but he's got to actually build the game before we can, you know, hype the game. But yeah, we were talking. Man, he talks to us all the time. You've made your triumphant return to Eve. I'm gonna be honest. I value my marriage. I love my kids, so I don't play Eve. I really wanted to go back to Eve after ArcAge, because I've got like hundreds of billions, if not trillions, in assets. But Eve consumes my soul, and I know that about myself. I play Eve like 16 hours a day, and I wouldn't be doing anything other than playing Eve. So, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, my bathroom is literally 5 feet that way. My bathroom's 5 feet that way. My kitchen's 15 feet that way. Not a rookie. Fucking gaming nerd. Some of these people I know that is like, yeah, man, I gotta go upstairs to. I gotta go upstairs to you know, get something to eat. Fuck that. Come on, man. Just need one more zombie skin. This is not a way to treat your game. I have leveled out 20% of the next level. Plus, I died once. But I've leveled out 20% of the next level. And I still don't have the last zombie skin. But I mean, this is... You guys gotta remember, Lineage is the definition of a grinder. Outright, no dispute, no discussion. This is a straight grind game. There we go. Ding 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 ding. That's the happiest you're done with a quest sound I've ever heard. Yeah, these were actually considered like the best game graphics to be had. Uh, gotta kill bats. No Maple Story 2? No. No Maple Story 2. I did my political rant. I did my what the hell is wrong with people rant earlier. And, you know. I'm just finding, like, they're just dumb people. Now, I understand that there are some people out there that like to troll just to be trolly. Those people you can, like, you can usually figure those people out pretty quick. But there are legitimately some dumb people out there in the world. And the worst part is they're dumb and they don't even know they're dumb. Like, they don't realize the rest of the world is laughing at them. And I feel really, really bad. I really don't, but we're gonna pretend like I do. It's like other people I know. I ain't saying that I blame you if you live in Florida. Florida's a beautiful place. I blame you if you live in Florida and you don't have fucking hurricane insurance. Alright? I don't blame you for living in a state that is prone to having hurricanes. Because I don't blame you for living in states that are prone to having tornadoes. I don't blame you for living in states that are prone to having earthquakes. Shit happens. There are way too many people on this planet, and we are living in way too many places that Native Americans kind of look at the white man and they say, why the fuck do you live there? We knew better. But if you're gonna live in Florida, how the fuck are you gonna tell me I can't afford hurricane insurance? Don't have nice shit. I don't know what to tell you. I lived in Ohio. My roof got torn off by the fucking remnants of a hurricane. Alright? From the storm of a hurricane in Ohio. A fucking quarter of my roof. A quarter to a third of my roof. I don't remember. It's the old house I own. A quarter to a third of my roof got torn off by the previous owner fixed it. By a fucking hurricane. By the storm that existed after the hurricane made land. And that's fucking Ohio. And you're gonna live in Florida and not have hurricane insurance? What the fuck is wrong with you? People living on active volcanoes. Yeah, you know? People... What the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously, can you please explain, like... But it's so beautiful. That's cool. Do all of your earthly possessions fit in, like, a duffel bag? Can you, like, yeah, all of your shit's gone after that. I could understand if you lived on, like, an active volcano, if you were, like, I don't know, a scientist. I've been here in Florida for 20 plus years and I've been hit with less than 10 hurricanes. Yeah, but do you have hurricane insurance? Is my question. Because Jammin lives in Florida. I just want to know if he has hurricane insurance. Although 10 in 20 years, does Orlando just not get hit with them very often? Because I mean, shit. My 12-year-old's life. I mean, my honest story. My 12-year-old was supposed to be named Katrina. Guess what? You don't name your kid after a hurricane. Oh, dude, speaking of lava, speaking of stupid people, there was a guy who actually wrote on his like review of some state park that he was upset because they didn't get to touch lava. Okay, see? Now, absolutely. Jammin brings up my... Jammin is the textbook definition of what I call a smart person. He lives in Florida, lives where hurricanes are, has hurricane insurance. I'm not saying... Okay, the only people I'm saying that need to move, I'm saying people who live in Hurricane Alley in fucking trailers need to move. If you live in Hurricane Alley and you've been hit with more than like 5 hurricanes, or not hurricanes, if you live in Tornado Alley and you've been hit with like more than 5 tornadoes, fucking move. Just move. But he's got hurricane insurance. Shit. Makes sense then. But yeah, I got friends that are leaving Florida and they're like, man, I don't have hurricane insurance. Yeah, absolutely. If you have a mortgage, you are required to have hurricane insurance. Just like, where the fuck was I? Yeah, I had the same thing. I had to have insurance for natural disasters, in Kansas. Cause a lot of houses in the US are made from wood only. They're made of wood and vinyl siding. The house I live in is made out of wood and vinyl siding. The house I retire to, like when my 2 girls are done with school and I build out my own house, my house is going to be made out of fucking brick. Because then the wolf can stay outside and say, little pig, let me in. And I'm going to say no. Wooden pressboard. That is true. Dude, why are you hurting me? Stop hurting me. Oh shit. Not enough MP. Run! You ran out of mana. Oh, he's gonna keep chasing me. Wouldn't brick fare better than wood during a tornado? Not really, man. Like, to be completely honest, I was in Kansas when a major tornado came through, and let me tell you, if a tornado actually hits the house, it doesn't matter what the fuck the house is made out of. Dude, are you still... I forgot how far shit... Usually what happens... Usually the problem is not the tornado hitting the house itself. Usually the problem is the tornado throwing shit around. Like, it's not that the tornado runs over your house. And... Like the fucking movie Twister. Good entertainment, not really realistic. Tornadoes don't run over the house and suck the house up off the foundation. What the tornado does is it goes down, it hits maybe 1 or 2 houses, but then it's, yeah, like Jammin is saying, if it does run over a brick house, it's then throwing those bricks into every fucking other house. Like, everything that's being hit on the outer swirl of the tornado is getting hit with fucking trees and cars and bricks. But yeah, it's basically like... Very... Did you fucking chase me all the way over? Oh my god. Did I like... I'm sorry, I didn't even fight you. You fought me. Get out of here. Go. Shit. I forgot how far stuff chases you in this game. And for the rest of the stream, I'll be running from this mob. All there is to it. Jesus, I think I'm close enough. I could probably duck into the School of Dark Arts. God, fuck off. But no, in all sincerity, houses in the US are built like everything else in the US. It's built, we have no standards, so we have no pride anymore. House is built by the lowest fucking bidder. There's a house 1.25 miles down the road. I'm not even kidding. Not kidding. House is being built by 2 dudes on the weekend. It's like their side project. So, yeah. There's no standards. I mean, obviously the building has to pass code. Like it'll have several inspections. It'll have several inspections during the course of its development. Oh my god, it just... Oh, that's not the one. It just gave up. But yeah, the house will have several inspections, but... Like... If you're ever going to have a house built, go into the corners of your house, bring just a standard pocket knife with you, and when they lay in the insulation, to outright tell the contractor, be like, hey, look, man, I expect the insulation to be tucked into the corners. I expect the insulation to be tucked around all the windows. Because I don't, for the cost of like $70 in insulation, I don't want to be paying an extra $40 a month every month for the rest of my life on my heating bill. And then when they tell you the insulation is good, tell them you want to be there. Be like, yeah, I want to be there when you do the installation. Go up to a couple of corners, take the knife, try to press the insulation into the corner. If it goes in easily, just look at your general contractor and be like, I already warned you about this shit. And then just stand there while he just walk around with them and make sure he tucks it all. I mean, you're talking about literally an hour's work and $70-80 in insulation. That's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not hundreds of thousands. Hundreds and thousands of dollars over the course of your home ownership. But nobody gives a shit. People stopped, like... It frustrates me. Very few people give a shit about themselves anymore because they've just had the dog shit knocked out of them. You know, I'm really thankful for the nurse my daughter had over the weekend. Like I said, it had a splinter in her foot. I couldn't get it out. Used all the home remedies things. I don't have a good enough pair of tweezers. I mean, like I said, it's on the list of things to buy now. Medical tweezers, hemostat tweezers. But the nurse got it out, didn't even charge us. They didn't even finish checking us into, well, checking my wife and my daughter into the emergency room. That nurse cared about her job. I've seen doctors not give a shit. NDA for Ashes may come down tomorrow. Just got word from the man. Party Play will be working with invite functionality. We will also be testing some optimizations and balance adjustment bug fixes. I will consider releasing the NDA for Saturday, Sunday, and or Sunday. I will update you tomorrow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, Dreadnought is finally fully releasing and is going to be on Steam with a huge update. Hopefully this weekend. That would be good. Although the problem is that my Dreadnought account is not on Steam. When am I able to stream it? Hopefully this weekend. But what I'm going to be able to stream this weekend is the Battle Royale mode. And it's not really... First of all, you're going to be watching me stream a Battle Royale. I suck at Battle Royales. I suck at Action Combat. So I just want to lay that out. What you're going to be seeing, you're not going to be seeing me pulling the ninja winning like 1 out of every 3 games. I'm not that good. I wish I was. Oh, you can link it? Perfect. Thank you, Jammin. Sometimes you can link your account. Other times they're like, nope, you got to start a new account or you got to never play on Steam. I'd probably play Dreadnought more if it was on Steam. Because, you know, download it before I go for my walk, and then it's re-downloaded when I get home. But, yeah, Cloak, I'll be showcasing. I don't give a shit. People know I don't care if I suck. Yeah, Dreadnought was mostly dead. It really was. It was a pain in the ass to try to... The fuck? It was a pain in the ass to try to get matches. Oh yeah, Dreadnought. I haven't played probably 5 months, maybe. I think I dropped in for a weekend, and then I uninstalled it. It's a really, really well done game. It's also funny to see people who talk that mad shit about being great PvPers, who then you add the 3rd dimension, and they have no idea what they're doing. Like, you have to think in 3 dimensions? What is this? I'm the Superman. Some lag tonight. Oh yeah, and let me tell you, um, let me tell you, bullshit with Windows. You all know that 100%. You all know that 100% disk write error thing that happens in Windows 10. There's so many things you have to tweak about your Windows 10 to get your hard drive to calm down. Shit, I've been on Tamir's computer now twice trying to fix that. Um, uh, and that makes me want to fucking slap Microsoft. Be like, look, fuckheads, if you know that you have these like 15 issues that cause 100% disk write errors, fix it. Shut up and fix it. But they don't fix it because they want you using their bullshit applications. Like, I have a list of programs and stuff I disable on people's Windows. If you have me set up your Windows 10, you have me tweak your computer, I guarantee you Superfetch is going to be disabled, Windows Search is going to be disabled. I'm going to disable your fax. Your fax shit's getting disabled. If you're using your fucking computer in 2018 to send a fax, Jesus Christ. Superfetch keeps coming back. Now my fucking, that shit's permanently disabled. That shit does not come back. Fucking shot that with silver bullets and buried it in hallowed ground. But yeah, that fucking, get this bullshit off my computer with all the Xbox shit, which was bad because when I wanted to play Sea of Thieves, I had to go back in and re-enable all that Xbox shit for Microsoft Gaming. That's bullshit too. Like, I should not have to have specific stuff turned on because I'm playing a Windows game because you want it there. It's just like, shouldn't the default setting... Yeah, games for Windows is fucking awful. Shouldn't the default setting on your hard drive be never go to sleep? I mean, aren't we at the point now that we, like... Why the fuck would you ever want your hard drive to go to sleep? Why would I ever want to stop providing? Why would I ever want to get to a point where I'm not providing power to my hard drive? Like, why? Well, it's conservationism. Shut the fuck up. My hard drive spinning is not the reason why the polar ice caps are melting. What good try. Yeah. Old stuff. Old shit. Absolutely. Old stuff. 100% agree. Aren't we at the point now? Like, why would I ever want my solid state to not have power? Oh, Jesus Christ. What do you have me doing now? Stone Giants. Oh my god, this is like... I'm like so blast from the past in this old schooling now. This is like a quest chain from hell. But remember, guys, this is what we went through. This is what we used to always go through. We went through this for years. It'd probably help if I actually... that I have this ability to... yes, this was Jake Sung's original claim to fame. I mean, the Dark Elves all look like the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, as you guys have seen, this game is buggy as shit. Even how many years later? 15 years later. They just put out classic servers. I needed something to do. I probably should do Maple Story 2 for Friday. It's getting good reviews. It's getting good reviews. I just heard that the bots were a huge issue. Somebody else was telling me that the bots are still. Oh, that was you. I was actually about to go look for it. Yep, that was jamming. All right. Now that there's a ton of people, that's good. Check that out then. And I got nothing to lose by checking out games. The only other game I can play right now, I can't stream, so. I mean, I shouldn't say the only other game I can play. The only other game I'm playing right now, I can't stream. I can't even talk about. I hate NDAs, but they're there for a reason. And then, of course, if the Battle Royale mode is up this weekend, I'll be playing that. 2 channels are locked behind a paywall for some reason. That's some interesting game design right there. Sorry, best part of the shake is the whipped cream at the bottom, and I didn't want to slurp in your guys' ear. I hate the mana regen in this game. Mana regen in this game is ridiculous. But is what it is, man. Is what it is. I run around the internet. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I've got the third monitor working. So that was a bonus because now I can see Discord, which is a big thing for me, being able to see Discord while I'm gaming, while I'm streaming. Want to be able to, like, if somebody PMs me something, or like ideally in a future world, I would be making, like, I'd be talking to a game developer in Discord. I also have it set up. It's actually a really cool feature. I actually have to write down notes on how to set it up because I've forgotten specifically, but I can actually, if I'm talking on Discord, I could mute my mic, and then I could link in my Discord, and it would pop up everybody's Discord icon who's talking. If I ever want to do like a roundtable discussion. Have I ever played RimWorld? I have never even heard of RimWorld. Yeah, I've never heard of RimWorld. See, my problem is every day when I wake up, I have this list of things I want to get done. And then I start working on it. And then somebody will ask me a question, and I'll end up getting, like, drawn away from my intended goal for like 2 hours answering questions. And then I no longer feel like doing what I wanted to start the day off with. I end up doing something else. And then by the end of the day, I'm like, shit. Today was productive. But I didn't get anything I wanted to get done. Like, what did I just start with? I don't get why it drops off of. Stone Soldier, but whatever. What did I just start watching? I watched all of the Blacklist. I watched all of the Blacklist in about 9 days. And then I watched all of The Walking Dead in like 2. Binge that. And now I'm watching Designated Survivor. I'm through the first season of that. But you know, TV is really weird for me, man. I haven't watched TV like this much in years. Like I'll watch Game of Thrones, but I'll power watch it with Tamir. Like we'll watch the entire season in 2 or 3 nights. Now that like last season, however many episodes it was, we watched that in like 2 nights. But then beyond that, I never was really a big TV show person. Not a lot of shows resonate with me. But now I'm taking kind of a break out of the MMO industry for a little bit, and I'm enjoying it. The Mandalorian. No. What the hell is The Mandalorian? It had. In order for me to watch it, it actually has to be out on like Netflix or Hulu or something. I don't have cable. Nobody's watching the cable, so I got rid of it. Oh, the Star Wars TV show? No, probably not. Well, shit. Uh, I would watch it if it turned out to be decent, but I'm gonna be honest. I have found that everything that has come out of um, Disney owning Lucasfilms, has been garbo. Just to be straight, honesty, I can't get down with Disney owning Star Wars. I think they're absolutely ruining it. What if they bring Lucas back for the 12 episodes of Clone Wars and Lucas for the TV show? If they did, that would be kind of cool, but I don't think they would. I don't think he would want anything to do with it either. To be totally honest. Let's just talk about it honestly. When you start thinking to yourself how good Jar Jar Binks was as a character compared to Rogue One, the solo story, and the last 2 installments of Star Wars, when you start saying, man, Jar Jar was really a good character in comparison to these movies, you know there's something wrong with your movie. I mean, I'm just saying. I have said that. I just did. You're down. Are you down here? No, you're the one up here. I think that Rogue One was so awful that it should just be decanonized. No, I think it's so horrible. Um, I honestly think um, I I honestly think that Rogue One should be decanonized. That they should just come out and be like, haha, we were just kidding. This didn't really happen. This didn't really happen in the Star Wars universe. This is just a one-off. Yeah, they decanonized all the good shit. That's the first thing Disney did. Yeah. Well, Disney has the right intentions. Disney has the right intentions. But sometimes doing the right thing means not doing something. And I'm going to be completely honest. The things that Disney do, the things that Disney does, is like being in the zombie apocalypse and having a bag full of guns and arming all of the students at the school so they can defend themselves against the zombies with AK-47s. But the problem is you worked at a school for the blind. Like, right intention, disastrous results. Yeah, they're throwing money at big names in the industry that have no passion for Star Wars. It's kind of like... It's kind of like... Why are they using Patrick Stewart for Star Trek again? Well, let's be honest. The last couple of Star Trek projects haven't done what they wanted to do. Like Scott Bakula as the captain of anything in Star Trek. Dude, you're the Quantum Leap motherfucker. Just be the Quantum Leap guy. And now you're the fucking NCIS agent. Scott Bakula had as much business being a Starfleet captain as fucking Kevin Sorbo had of being the captain of the Andromeda. Okay, it's just what I'm saying. Bringing back Patrick Stewart actually gives me some confidence for Star Wars, but it's not that they weren't good. It's that there is a reason why you don't remake the old shit, because they're breaking canon. Or did I say Star Wars? Star Trek. They're breaking canon. They're doing things that aren't right, and then you're like, well, you're like, fuck it. I'm a next generation guy. I'm a DS9 guy. I'm a Voyager guy. Fuck your Enterprise. Fuck your Chris Pine, Captain Kirk bullshit. Fuck all that. I'm done. I'm done with you. Oh, you're bringing back Patrick Stewart? I might actually take a look now. But yeah, I'm so tired of everything being rehashed, redone, remastered, rebooted, remixed. Can we please get some original fucking ideas? Like, I don't know if you guys saw the TV show by J.J. Abrams, probably going on about, let's see. I got my commission in 09, 4 years, 13. Probably TV season 13 to 14. Show with Keith, no. Show with Carl Urban, playing a future cop called Almost Human. Brilliant fucking show, right? Absolutely brilliant show. Gets canceled. Tons of good shows get canceled. No, it was Being Human. It was Almost Human. Yeah, it was with trying to think. Carl Urban played a detective, and Michael Ealy played a robot. Really well done show. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And then they canceled it, and I'm like, What the fuck? Did I ever see Terra Nova? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I've seen Terra Nova. Didn't like it. Um, I personally didn't care for it. Um, yeah. That's the whole our planet is doomed. Um we're going back. We're trying to do some stuff. We end up back in time with the dinosaurs. I I didn't care for it. I don't think it was bad by any means. Just not my cup of tea. Um, how am I going again? Shit, I'm self it. Oh yeah, you're talking about Almost Human. Yeah, show was awesome. Oh, the Western one. Well, I mean, even then, Defiance was a good show. Defiance was really well done. And they canceled that after a couple of seasons. Um, but then it's funny because I was reading this interesting study that the reason why television shows are failing anymore is because the millennial generation. Why are you harassing me? I never went anywhere near you. It's like you're ruining my stream. The millennial generation doesn't want to watch 30 or 60-minute TV shows. They want to watch 9-minute YouTube videos. Um, I, I I don't get it. What's the other show that I just finished? I finished The Originals. That was really well done. The problem is that apparently there's a whole bunch of shit that I should know about The Originals that I don't because I didn't watch The Vampire Diaries, nor would I watch The Vampire Diaries. So apparently there's a bunch of shit about The Originals that I don't get, which is fine because as a standalone TV series, I didn't feel like there was stuff that I missed. I felt that there might have been some character development that could have been done a little bit better. Um, so but that show wasn't bad. And it's gonna have now its third spin. It's gonna have its second spin-off because they did Vampire Diaries and they did the originals, and then next season they're doing a show with some of the characters from the originals and some of the characters from the Vampire Diaries. But it's just like movies. It's just like movies. They so dumb down movies anymore. Like nobody wants to push the envelope. I'll push the envelope. Give me a fucking production budget. I forgot what the concept is called. It was in one of the. I've taken so many goddamn seminars and gone to shit just because I'm interested. There's a theory. Actually, try to find the name real quick. I don't get. Um. Oh my god, this fucking thing followed me. Um. This thing is gonna follow me forever again. Get the fuck out of here. Leave me alone. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to look shit up. The uh the Bechdel test in movie production is in order to make a movie credible to women, there have to be two named female characters that talk about something other than a man. It's like so fucking stupid that we have, like, movies have to pass this criteria. They have to pass the Bechdel test. So that's why a lot of times you'll have a female supporting actress that has like no role in the movie other than for there to be occasional dialogue where the main female character can talk to another female about something other than the main character. I'm like, are we fucking at, like, you know, a radical point in our lives where we have to specifically make sure that we're not offending the feminists? And that's our problem. We spend so much time in life right now trying to be politically correct. We spend so much time trying to be politically correct that we end up being blatantly offensive. Like, I find that there is a theory that in a standard that we have to have people in certain roles in movies. We're fucking sexist, we're racist, we're discriminatory, we're bigots. I mean, I think it's worse that you have a rule about that. You're like, okay, I don't really need a second female character in this movie. Oh, but I won't sell as many tickets if I don't pass this test. So it's just like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of racism in movies. I'm absolutely tired of racism in movies. It is equally racist to me to force feed a minority into a role as it is to just not have the minority represented. I'm sorry. I think forcing an African American, forcing a Mexican, forcing an Asian into a movie just so that their people are represented is ridiculous to me. It makes you more fucking racist. It's like, what did somebody say to me once? We were talking about this concept and they were like, "Oh, well, in this TV show there's no gay men. There's no gay men." Okay. Well, there needs to be gay men. The main character is a lesbian. Wow. Well, there needs to be gay men. No, the fuck there doesn't. Okay. Tell me why this needs to fit in. Well, they only have a token black guy. Fucking black guy is one of the most important characters in the show. He's just a token black guy. The fuck are you on about? Get out of here. Like, you're fucking racist. Well, how about we just get the best possible actor? Like, the movie Blacklist. I was talking to the movie Blacklist. Talking to people about the TV show Blacklist. And somebody actually says, "Man, I can't watch this show. It's racist." How the fuck do you figure Blacklist is racist? Oh, you got the rich white guy and the black servant. Did you actually watch the show? No, man, I stopped watching it after like the 7th episode because I thought it was racist. The fucking highest ranking character you interact with on a fucking season or episode by episode basis is a black guy. Well, it doesn't excuse that. Shut the fuck up. Go sit in the corner. You're pretty. Fucking racism out of here. Jesus Christ. You're just not accepting. Shut up. It's like, tell people all the time that watch the Avengers. And they're like, I've actually had people tell me that black people aren't properly represented in the Avengers. fucking Nick Fury. He's the fucking leader. What? He lead the black guy. He leads Shield. Black people weren't represented in that movie. Yeah, no shit, man. The new Captain America. Like, I'm so. I'm so. Yeah, Spider-Man is black now. The new Captain America is black. Guys, getting out a fucking Sharpie and coloring them in doesn't fix racism. It's actually worse, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Maybe you feel differently. My opinion is that it's fucking worse. It is absolutely fucking worse to just make the new Captain America black. How about you fucking spend some goddamn time and actually develop a real character. And don't even get me started on the women thing, man. The most powerful mutant in the X-Men universe, actually, let me back that up a second. The two most powerful X-Men are both women, and we need to start fucking around and making. Like, I think the concept of having all the X-Men be female for an iteration, I think that's cool. No problem. I got no problem with that. I have zero problem with them doing an all-female X-Men, whatever. Kind of breaks canon, you know. As long as you justify it well, I could totally see that. I mean, because it's usually been about a 40-60, 50-50 split anyway. A lot of people don't realize that. You actually do your X-Men heritage, your history. The females have always been properly represented in the X-Men. Yeah, Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix. Well, not even Phoenix. Jean Grey herself, just Jean Grey, is crazy off the top. And then, if you're talking, depending on which iteration and which powers, you're talking about. You've got Rogue, Rogue is crazy powerful. Rogue is crazy powerful. Again, depending on which iteration of her, which version, because she changes. But then, I mean, you talk about the X-Men in general. You've got Storm. You've got Jubilee. Now, Jubilee is like, I know people laugh about this. Jubilee is a class 1 mutant. She doesn't have too many powers. You got Firestar. I don't know how many of you are gonna know who the hell Firestar is. Not Firestarter. I don't know how many of you are gonna know who Firestar is, but she is Spider-Man's good friend. So she's important, but everyone wants to be like, we need to make the fucking X-Men gender. Shut up. What's up, Master Doom? There are many characters that are crazy powerful at different times for no reason. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, Scarlet Witch. She was a bitch to beat in the arcade game too. Let me tell you. She was not happy-go-lucky. She was not friendly. She was kind of more shit on your day. It's just like, what's the one that made me... I lost my shit about? Remember when Suicide Squad was first coming out and people saw why am I drawing a blank here? Yeah, Robbie, they saw her costume and all these parent groups and all these, women's groups and all these things like Harley Quinn doesn't need to dress like that. She doesn't need to be overly sexualized. She's a bad role model for children. Bitch, she's a fucking serial killer. Of course she's a bad role model. It's like people who don't know a goddamned thing about the canon. And then it was funny because I remember getting involved with like these parent groups who were complaining about Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad. I'm like, they're like, all they're doing is using a female actress and having her ass hang out of her shorts to overly sexualize her. You do realize she's the smartest one of them all, right? No, she's not. They're just treating her like a sex doll. You know she's a psychiatrist, right? And then you just see these people's faces drop. Like, yeah, she's a fucking serial killer and she's a psychiatrist. She's the smartest one of all the fucking characters. Sorry. And then well, they don't have to dress her like that. Read a comic book about Harley Quinn, you daft twat waffle. Did I see the Captain Marvel trailer? Yeah, that is on the list of, that is on the list of what the fucks in my life right now. I really want to slap the fuck out of Marvel. Yeah, what was the fucking big thing, what was the big thing this summer? Or when Suicide Squad came out and Angel is beating the shit out of Colossus. Nobody says a goddamn word. But when Apocalypse grabs, who was it, Storm by the throat? Or whichever one it was, it's been a minute now. But Apocalypse grabs a female by the throat and is choking her shit out. Everyone's up in arms and calling the fucking studio. Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jalan, this is the Jalan Show. This is me. This is Jalan from the Paradox Gaming Network. Don't put your hands on anybody. If everybody treated life like kindergarten, keep your hands to yourself, keep the noise volume down, and don't spit on anybody, life would be so much better. But what do people gotta do? People gotta be loud. We gotta spit on other people, which I don't get. People gotta put their hands on other motherfuckers. There is never a reason to put your hands on a woman. Never a reason to put your hands on a woman. Women, there is no reason for you to ever put your hands on a man. If everybody keeps their hands to themselves, we won't have these problems. But I am so fucking tired of liberals, fucking soft fucking fruity liberals having this, oh my god, you can't have this guy heel kick the girl down the flight of stairs because it's inspiring fucking men to commit violence on women. Look, bitch, we don't need any reasons for there to be inspiration to commit violence on women. It's happening every fucking day. It's already a problem. Like, stop it. Deadpool is a great show and it showed Colossus PC soft test. Yeah, you do realize though that the reason why they did that, why they just straight make fun of Colossus, is because they weren't happy with Fox and which X-Men they could use. Because I mean, if you know the fucking comics, you know that Deadpool is a pain in the ass to the X-Men. He is a pain in the ass. But the studio was like, they were asking for characters. They're like, no, you can't have them. You can't have them. You can't have. Nope. We gave you Colossus. You can't. Nope. 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 And then finally, Ryan Reynolds was like, fine. Negasonic Teenage Warhead. He's like, they're like, yes. He's like, what the fuck? Oh my god, go kill more shit. But no, I mean, I, if if violent video games and violent TV shows and violent cartoons created violent people, where the fuck did all the violent people come from before TV? Before literacy? We started off the show talking about that people are inherently violent. You're not social because you don't want to hurt other people when you get angry. You don't hurt other people when you get angry because you don't want to spend the rest of your life in a jail cell. Jails work. The deterrent of jail works. Like, tell me that you can honestly look yourself in the... Because I could say, look me in the eye, and I ain't nobody. You don't know me shit. Tell me you could look yourself in the eye, in the mirror, and say there's never been a single point in your entire life where you wanted to take a fucking bat to somebody's head. You can do that, you're a better person than me. I don't interact with the public because I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of somebody with a baseball bat if I go out into public too often. People irritate me. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, absolutely, man. Old school Looney Tunes taught me more about life than any of the fuck else did. But you know what? What the fucking what did Looney Tunes teach us? Straight up capitalism solves all your problems. If you've got enough money, you can solve all your problems. Because of what did we see? Wile E. fucking Coyote, man, had a fucking American Express card because he was always buying from the Acme Corporation. It taught you to be a consumer, that all you got to do is buy shit to solve your problems, and that they're going to deliver it right to your doorstep, and you never actually have to pay off the balance of your credit card. Did you ever see the Coyote pay off his credit card? Did they ever do a Looney Tunes where it's now in Looney Tunes we're going to show you paying the fucking bills? Holy fucking batshit, Batman! $9,750 for the rocket that I shoved up my ass to try to catch the Roadrunner? No, it was fucking ludicrous. Not the singer. It was ridiculous. Not ridiculous from Harry Potter. It was just fucking over the top, batshit crazy. I didn't hear of any goddamn place in the world where a kid has shown up to school with a fucking Acme crate full of dynamite. They did show him clocking to work every once in a while. That is true. They did. It's just like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go there. All these people talk about what the hell was going through the heads of the Columbine kids. What the hell was going through this school shooter's head? This school shooter's head. You know what? I don't give a fuck what was going through those kids' heads. I give a fuck where the fuck were the parents. Because let me tell you, I know what my kids are doing. There's these people that say your kids need privacy. Fuck that. We all know what happens when you give kids privacy. I have all daughters. My daughters have a lock on their door. The only time their door may be locked is if they're changing. Because when I go to hit the handle of their door, the fucking watch starts going. Guess what? I'm not ashamed to admit it. I go through my kids' shit because their shit is in my house. Check their drawers, check their bags, check their fucking closets, cabinets, jacket pockets. My house. You're not going to have fucking narcotics, firearms, shit, anything in my house that I don't know about. Why? Because I'm the adult and you're the child. You're the impressionable young mind and I'm the fucking responsible adult. Don't have kids. You don't want this level. This is next level responsibility. If you have kids, you're stuck with them. If you don't have kids, don't have any. I had 5 daughters. I got you covered. But you got these people who say, "Oh, well, I don't ever check my kid's room. I give my kid 100% privacy." They're fucking stupid. Your kid is planning on blowing up the school. I'm just saying, your kid is going to be the kid most likely to have cruel intentions to his fellow human being. No, no more kids. I'm done with kids. No, thank you. I am finished. And I hate to say it that way, but if you, and I've been making a joke about it lately because I've seen how many shitty parents there are out there. If you are responsible with using birth control, you can continue to be irresponsible with every other facet of your life. But the moment you stop being responsible with your birth control, that is your fucking responsibility to raise your kid. And as Chris Rock said, teach your kid some shit so he doesn't rob me in 12 years. You need a fucking license for everything on this, in this country. You need a license for everything. You need a license to... Okay, soapbox again. I'm all energized. I'm fucking crazy today. Did you know that you need a goddamn license in order to have large wild cats? Large wild cats. You can have them. You can have a fucking serval. You can have a fucking tiger. You can have a motherfucking tiger. But you need a license for it. You need a fucking license to have a tiger, but not to have a child. Now, I understand that telling people they need to have a that they need to have a license to have a large, wild, dangerous cat is acceptable, and that people would balk at the idea of having to have a license to have children. So I'm gonna say this. I think that fucking parenting should be a required class in high school, and maybe not geometry. Maybe we don't need to give kids in high school a full year of geometry anymore. Guess which kids should get a full year of geometry? Kids that tell you early on that they want to be an engineer, they want to be a math teacher, they want to be a mathematician. Those kids should probably get a full year of fucking geometry. Everybody else, half a year is probably more than enough. Because I'm going to tell you, with a degree in electrical engineering, okay, with being a grown-ass adult, I can't tell you the last time that I seriously, no shit, had to use actual geometry. I can't tell you. I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking, because the Pythagorean theorem, when was the last fucking time I had to figure out, what was the last time I had to figure out how fucking tall the light pole was when I knew that the light pole was installed at a 90-degree angle to the ground and the shadow was 18.33 meters? Who fucking cares? Guess what, bitch? Psst, laser fucking distancer. Oh, shit. That fucking light pole is 27 feet tall. Am I suggesting that we go back to a trade school system? I'm suggesting that we go back to a school system that makes fucking sense. Like, let me ask a question, and if you followed my show, then you may already know this answer. So if you've already answered this question on my show, don't blurt it out. I want to look something up. There we go. There's the United States. Los Estados Unidos. Where are you? Where are you? Grab you. Looking for something very specific. One sec. There's a... Oh, it's in the US. Looking for the... I'm definitely not looking for the one in France. Where are you? Here. Looking for... Do it this way. On a full listing of all the deserts in the United States. Does anybody, without looking at a map, know where the hell the Sonoran Desert is? Because I'm gonna be honest, I have a goddamn history degree. I teach history. Well, I used to. I don't anymore. I have a history degree. I teach Sonoran, the Sonoran desert. I have a degree in history. I, you know, have an Illinois state license to teach social studies and geography. Okay, you pronounce it different. I'm gonna say that's how inconsequential this desert is to life in general. The Sonoran Desert, the Sonoran Desert. It's so inconsequential. You know what it is. That's yeah. So here's the thing. You know about it. I only recently learned about it in the last 7-8 weeks. It's like a fact my daughter had to learn for 7th grade geography. I don't understand why the shit we're doing geography to that level. Like, we better get around the whole world, folks. That's all I'm saying to the that's all I'm gonna say to the geography teacher. You better get all the way around the world, because if we're getting down to the deserts of the US and you don't get all the way around the globe, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like, I would love to know that they are gonna get through the fact that not everybody who is Hispanic is from Mexico. Because y'all know that. Y'all know this fact. You all know this about Americans. Americans assume everybody that looks Hispanic is from Mexico. It's like the American school system doesn't teach you that there's a Central America and then a whole fucking South America, except Brazil. Why is it everybody knows that Brazil is there, especially gamers? It's like, gamers make my head hurt because they think that South America is just Brazil. Fuckhead. You're killing me, because if all of South America was just Brazil, it wouldn't be called South America, it'd be called fucking Brazil. They would just call it Brazil. It's like trying to explain to people, even, you know, I don't speak Spanish anymore. I used to speak Spanish. I taught in a Spanish neighborhood, I spoke Spanish, but it was always hard for the parents. And I always had to use a translator for some of the stuff, because I spoke a very distinct dialect of Spanish. My Spanish came from a Venezuelan teacher, and I spoke Castellano. And it's like trying to explain to people that it's like, ignorant ass people don't understand that there's dialects of Spanish, just like there's dialects of English. Now, they're not as pronounced in English as they are in Spanish. But we have, the best one I can think of is soda and pop. Same thing, just called different. Like, most people I know call a dark soda a Coke. If it's the standard dark soda, there are people who call it a cola. That doesn't make it incorrect. Some people think that cola is attached to Coca-Cola. It's not. It's just a word. But then you try to explain to people, you know, there's different dialects of Spanish, right? And they're like, no, it's just Spanish. I wish Nicole was here, because Nicole could explain it really, really, really well. She was actually telling me once that words that the Dominican Republic use mean different things in other places. Yeah, the whole Hispanic Latino thing, that's huge. That's a huge one. That's a massive one. And then it's always weird too, because Hispanic is anyone of a Spanish-speaking origin. Latino is anyone of a Latin American origin. So, textbook. I am not the guy. I don't get to fucking classify you. I don't get to fucking put... You're a human being as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a shit. I'm Irish. I'm white. I'm European. I'm American. I'm Jalan. I'm the Paradox Gaming Network. That's what I am. fucking race, I'm gonna start putting Paradox Gaming Network on shit. Just to fuck with people. Sir, can you please identify your race? Paradox Gaming Network. Sir, that's not a race. Fuck you. Yes, it is. You're gonna find we're a real minority. You're gonna find that we are a really minority race on this planet. People of the Paradox Gaming Network origin are really small. Our fucking IQ is like way above the stupid line. But, so you got Hispanic, which is anybody who speaks Spanish, but Latino is anybody in Latin America. So it is possible to be Hispanic. It is possible to be Latino. It is possible to be only Latino, but it is also possible to be Hispanic and Latino. And then you start explaining that shit to people and they're like, I don't get it. Okay. You're pretty. Get in the corner. What was the other one? Asian and Oriental. People are Asian. Food is Oriental. Airlines are Oriental. You can fly Oriental Air. But people are not Oriental. People are Asian. I was listening to Carlos Mencia. He made me laugh my ass off. Why is it that people are uniquely racist and they're uniquely racially sensitive? Like, apparently, and this is just me talking now. Don't jump on my ass. But I'm gonna say, the people who seem to be the most sensitive about being called the wrong race are Asians. In Jalan's personal experience, if you accidentally call somebody who is Japanese, if you accidentally call them Korean or Chinese or Vietnamese or Laotian, you're gonna get your shit torn up. Like, they're gonna be fucking mad like there's no tomorrow. But then everybody else on the planet is black or white. They're black or white. But that's bullshit, because I'm not white, I'm Irish. And there's people from France, they're not white, they're French. They're certainly not Irish, even though we look the same. Carlos Mencia's thing is, y'all fuck a bunch of racists, because if he brought people up to the stage from 3 different parts of Africa, would you be able to look at them and be like, do you know what part of Africa they're from? And they're like, no man, they're all just Africans. And he's like, fuck man, that's like 30 different countries. But you're gonna get pissed. Like, and he brings up a good point. We're fucking all people. But I owned a bar here in Orlando in a bad Hispanic, Latino, Caribbean neighborhood. I worked there and I had to learn the politics of the Caribbean. They all hate each other. No, man, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right about the politics between Hispanic, Latino, and Caribbean. You are absolutely right. And that's like next level shit that, like I said, man, I ain't got time to learn your bullshit. You should just be lucky that I'm serving you a drink and food. I'm not gonna learn your bullshit. Hi, I'm Jalan, and we are here to talk and have fun. But, you know, leave your next level bullshit at the door. Just be human. Just be human. Why you gotta be all fucking uppity and shit? Don't need that in my life. You don't need that. I don't get people, man. It's like people. What did the Dow close at today? Because I know people were crazy. Like, if you guys don't realize this, I hope you don't have money in the Dow Jones. I hope you don't have money in the stock market, because the stock market is fucking taking a shit right now. I mean, a lot of people are telling me, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. Bitch. People don't even realize that the Dow Jones is trading, or it was trading at 26,000. It's trading at 25,000 now. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. The fucking Dow Jones is just fucking pretend money. If you've got money in the stock market, and you need it, and you're gonna need it in the next year, you might want to pull that shit out tomorrow morning when the bell opens. You will have taken a little bit of loss from yesterday, but I am telling you that this bitch is gonna make a correction. You don't have the Dow Jones in 2013 being trading at 15 and 5 years later being trading at 26,000. That shit doesn't happen. It's not gonna stay there for long. It has to make a correction. But people are all worried about being racist and shit, and they're not even, they don't even realize, they don't even concern themselves about the important shit. It's like, what was the big one to me? I can't stand racists. I absolutely cannot stand racists. People said to me, are black people naturally gifted? I said, no more so than anybody else. Well then, why are there certain sports that black people play and there's certain sports that white people play? I said, because there's rich people sports and there's poor people sports. What he's trying to say, man? I'm trying to say that there's rich people sports and there's poor people sports. Why aren't there a lot of black people who play hockey? There are. But proportionally, they are less than their representative population of society. Because it costs a lot of money to play hockey. And guess what? There's not a whole lot of white people by percentage that play hockey either. Just so we're all clear. But listen to all these professional athletes' stories. All these professional basketball players. Listen to their stories. And what will they tell you? I got good at basketball because my dad wasn't around and my mom was at work all the time, and it was me and my brothers and the basketball in the park, and we played from sunup till sundown because it was the only thing we had. Well, I don't know, man, but if the only thing I ever had was a basketball net and a basketball, I think I might have gotten pretty good at fucking basketball too, don't you think? Why am I so fucking good at video games? Because growing up, what did I have? I had video games. Pong, baby. Pac-Man. I'm gonna tell you right now, you did not complain to my father about being bored. Man, I lived in the basement. I didn't come out of the basement. There's no reason for me to come out of the basement. Why was I in the basement? Because if I was down there, I didn't get extra work to do. Got up in the morning, did my chores, went to the basement, played Atari, played ColecoVision. ColecoVision. Get down on that shit. ColecoVision. The little number pad thing with the little plastic sleeve you had to slide in over the number pads to know what your commands did. ColecoVision. That's right. But that's why I'm good at video games. That's why I understand video games. But in all sincerity, if I had grown up and all I did was play basketball, and I mean, I played a lot of basketball. I had a basketball hoop in the backyard. But if I had it, I would have been a whole lot better at basketball than I was at video games. How old am I? I just celebrated my 39th birthday. Don't attack me. I don't need you in my life right now. I ain't even getting any of these bone fragments. Probably not even in the right spot. No, I am. You didn't have video games or basketball? Shit. That ain't good. Know what else I had? I had books. I had books, lots and lots of books. The library. You know why I was at the library so much as a kid? Because I had fucking air conditioning. And I am not even lying to you. I was allowed, like my, I have no idea what you're trying to say to me, Master Doom. You gotta say it a different way. You didn't get video games till the wife and kid. Damn. My life existed of like a very, very controlled area of where I was allowed to freely venture. But the library was one of those places. I got up in the morning, did my chores, went to the library when it was hot as shit, read books. And you know the kind of days I'm talking about. Like that 7th day of the summer where you haven't had any rain or any breeze. And so, like, you know, the day just starts off. The day just starts off at like 105. Like you didn't get any reprieve from the night before. Those are the days I'm talking about. Go right to just start the day off at the library. Reading Douglas Adams. Reading Stephen King. Had the little sticker on my library card that said my parents had said I could be in the horror section. You know, I actually was just back in my hometown too. All the libraries in my hometown got like mad makeovers. I was happy to see that. I was very happy to see that. Oh. 1-1 and was still Scorpio. I don't know. It's January 11th? The fuck your astrological sign is? January 20th. After January 20th, you're Aquarius. Before January 20th, you're a Capricorn. I'm a Libra. I know my sign. I'm a Libra. I know July is Leo. I know it's Libra and then Scorpio. I know Scorpio is right after me. I am not a walking astrology zodiac sign. Shit, I can barely remember my own phone number and address. I'm not gonna remember the astrological signs. That's crazy talk. Get out of here. Anyways, I'm gonna make a note. Little Maple Story 2 for Friday. But I have a feeling I forgot something. I don't think I did. I did. Look. Yeah, I'm still doing my... Oh, I did check out Cyberpunk 2077 for whoever recommended that. But I probably won't be... I'll probably be knee-deep in ashes by the time that one comes out. Played it a bit today because the kid has been bugging to teach her some RPG stuff. Yeah, my daughter was starting to turn into a gamer, and then she turned into an artist instead. So that's cool. It's their own. But yeah, Lineage is gonna be done here. This is too much fucking grind. If Ashes is this much grind, I'll fly to California and I'll slap Steven, and then I'll enjoy my time in a California cell. Actually, I'll just plead my case to the judge and hope I get a gamer judge. Lineage was done 15 years ago. Oh, it was done, like, finished? Yeah, it was 15 years ago. 15 years and, like, a week old now. Lineage was good 15 years ago. Oh yeah, it is a grind fest, but every game we had back then was a grind fest. I mean, you got to remember. Here's the big one. This right here is older than WoW. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. This is older than WoW. By a year and a month. VR, man, I'm having a lot of problems with VR. I need to figure out with the doc what's going on. But one of the medications I have to take causes seizures. I already suffer from micro seizures, which is just another way to say I suffer from migraines. But I suffer from micro seizures, and it causes migraines. And so I take a medication for it. But like VR in Warframe, like I can't play Warframe because it causes me to like actually have full-blown seizures. just check it out. Yeah, I could do. But see, for me, anything VR isn't fun. Because it kind of fucks with me. But anyway, I am going to jump out of here. I'm gonna chillax a little bit. Make sure you guys, if you haven't been keeping up on your Ashes of Creation news, make sure you check out Ashes of Creation. Jump over to the couch. Oh, yeah, if you guys haven't been keeping up with your news, I did just put out that news article for Ashes of Creation. Wanted to make sure that you guys got caught up. All the good information. I know it's hard because right now Intrepid's working real hard to get the patches done in the Battle Royale mode, and so Steven's been a lot quieter than normal. The cool thing is that he did take off the NDA for Alpha Zero, so if you have Alpha Zero questions, check that out. In a couple of weeks, like I said, I'm going to be working with Doc Greenspoon. He is Warlords, not Warlords Awakening, don't get that confused. It's Warlords on Twitch. He was in here earlier. He said a couple of things. But we're going to be working with him and helping him shape the game that he's designing. That's really cool. One other game that I would... Boom! There's my Pandar. It's the Pandar. One other thing I'd recommend if you haven't already checked it out. Scroll down to the bottom. Fractured. Fractured is a Diablo-esque, downward, isometric looking game. If that's your flavor, at least just follow him and check him out. I'm going to be alpha testing that as well, and I'm supposed to be doing that this year. So I'm going to be busy with games in development. Also, I have one other, like I said, I'm alpha testing something else right now that I can't even talk about. That's under full NDA. So I have a lot of fires in the poker or a lot of pokers in the fire right now. So if you guys want to talk about anything, make sure to hit me up on Discord. Is the easiest. Jalon #8446. There is a link down Discord. Yes, I took that out. I cleaned up the bottom of the Discord a little bit. It was starting to get kind of ruggish. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I got a couple of bits and pieces I want to work on tonight. I will see you guys on Friday. And between now and then, if you got any questions about any games, you just want to chat, hit me up on Discord. Take care, guys.